YouTube, Black Phoenix of Pain here, coming to you guys with an update here to this Disaster Dragon death profile. I'm very sorry if I go faster this video and I talk a little softly. My parents are asleep. The Wi-Fi here is finally working. It was disabled for a little bit and I'm not sure how long it'll be up, so I'm going to try and go as fast as I can while I know it works. And yeah, so without further ado, I'll just start the deck profile. If there's anything you guys need to know that you guys didn't understand I explained, you can either PM me on my YouTube channel, you can post in the comment section below, or if you're in the Academy, you can just talk to me in the Academy chat. With the Hieratic lineup, we'll start with the triple Technuit, pretty standard Cyber Dragon in the deck. The triple Sue, the Hieratic lets it go off, has the built-in MST effect. The triple set, the normal symbol Hieratic with the monster change, the level changing effect. And the triple net deck with the monster popping effect. The one Watt Tail and the one Luster, pretty standard. I don't like running Cursor Dragon for consistency reasons and because I do not like running rank 5s in the deck. Doesn't fit my playstyle and a waste of move in my opinion. One Darkness Mel, standard in any Dragon deck I will probably ever run. One Kawakami Drago. I used to run 2 and I loved running 2, but the issue is there is not enough, well, there are not enough Evil Swarm decks being played out there right now for me to consider running 2. But I do have one sighted and it does help me in the Evil Swarm matchup if I can get it out early game or if I get it out via Super Transformations effect in the middle of their combo. And it's also pretty good when it can stop Gorge Dragon Fader from coming out, which I do still see that's run, so one Kawakami Drago. And one Delta Flyer, just because it's the tuner in the deck. The ability to boost monsters level up by 1 can create some interesting at-siege plays, as well as amazing synchro opportunities. That's it for the Dragon lineup. That's 17 Dragons. On to the rest of the monster lineup. I got the triple Hanzos. They're in here because they start out Transformation, and Transformation gets my Dragons out faster. And the fact that Hanzo is a dart target and a level 4 makes it pretty good for synchroing. And the dart target part is really beneficial for BLS because BLS is a card that I can run in this deck without it ever really being a dead draw. If I get this card out, I almost always win. And like I said, it's never dead. I run 5 dart targets in the deck, and most of those are really easy to get into the grave, either by transformation effect or for synchroing. And obviously, running Hieratic, you have the light engine down pat. So BLS is a card that I can easily run the deck, and he's really, really good. And then this is the newest part to the deck that I've added mainly for E-Dragons and Water decks. Mainly E-Dragons though. The double Max C for draw power. I need a draw power in the deck, and I was testing Super Rejuve, but I figured, okay, since E-Dragons are very popular and I draw more based off E-Dragons and Water decks, I might as well just run Max C and side out if it's not good for the matchup. And because E-Dragons OTK, I start running the Doors. Now, it was a choice between Doors or Battle Fader, and I'm going to get Battle Faders at the Nationals anyway, because I don't have them on me at the moment. But I decided to main Gores just because the ability to get a Gores token along with Gores gives me 2 monsters that give me the ability to come back from a bad situation and potentially win the game from there. That's it for the monster lineup. That's 24 monsters. On to the spells. The double Lance over to double my Visor Shield. Double my Visor Shield is a really good card, don't get me wrong. But right now, people are not playing Mass Destruction cards like Torrential and Mirror Force anymore. You might see Torrential occasionally, but now people are playing cards like Breakthrough Skill, Compulse, D-Prison, and even E-Dragons are starting to Tekken Chalice sometimes. Those cards are target cards that do not destroy. And since they're single target, I might as well just run Lance. And Lance also gives me the ability to beat over monsters that my deck somehow can't beat over. So, double Lance, very useful. And then we got the double Seal and the double Pod Duality, pretty standard in the deck. And then for the 1-ups, Wing Be a Giant Dragon, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, One Day of Peace, and Reinforcement of the Army. Wing Beat just allows me to abuse Darkness Mel and other dragons I control, while at the same time destroying all back rows, pretty much being a second Heavy Storm with an abuse effect. Heavy Storm is standard, Monster Reborn is Monster Reborn. One Day of Peace allows me to draw my cards, as for consistency and death speed, while at the same time not being OTK'd. So it's really good early game after I go off with my combos, or late game when I know I'm about to be OTK'd or I have nothing left. I can draw a card and potentially win the game. And Reinforcement of the Army gets me my Hanzos, which are very, very good in the deck. That's it for the spells. I run 11 spells onto traps. I run the double breakthrough skill. Breakthrough skill is a card that I believe if you can afford it, you should definitely draw your way to get it. Breakthrough skill helps me a lot against evil swarms and also against E-Dragons, seeing as you can negate the effect of Big Eye or Dracosack for E-Dragons. Therefore, for Dracosack, you can negate it on either player's turn. If it has tokens on the field, you can negate that effect, so you can destroy a Crimson Blader and they can't spell summon anything or tribute summon for any of their big dragons. And for Big Eye, just negate the effect. And as for Evil Swarms, negate Ophion's searching effect, and then during your turn negate the effect that stops you from special summoning and potentially go off, because Evil Swarms without Ophion's effect is just a deck that runs a pretty decent sized beater and back row. Double Compulse again for Evil Swarms and for E-Dragons. Timing this card right against those decks can just remove their SC monsters from the game. Not only makes them waste their summons and their effects, but at the same time leaves their field wide open for me to potentially OTK or at least do massive damage to them. It also can work as lance from monsters if they use Bottomless Trap Hole, Torrential, or some other card like that by returning the monster to the hand. And it also allows me to abuse Darkness Mell's effect some more. Like if I use Darkness Mell's effect via a tomb, I use a tomb, bring out Darkness Mell uses effect, use Compulse to return Darkness Mell to the hand, bring it back out, use its effect again, and do some more shenanigans. And it's also really good because it's chainable, so if a Heavy Storm, you can chain it. And the thing about it being chainable is if I target it with Strap Dragon, I can chain it, chain Compulse, and potentially remove 2 cards for the price of 1. And if I use Shrine Dragon's effect, I can still chain these to Shrine Dragon's effect. So not only do I get the attacks I would have gotten from Shrine Dragon, but I remove monster at the same time. So chainability allows me to do some plays that are just plain good. And the double Super Transformation is pretty standard if you're running Triple Hanzo. That's it for the main deck, 41 cards. Onto the extra deck. I'm running Triple Attune, pretty standard. Exa Beetle and Dot Launcher for monster removing. Photon Strap Balancer for effect negation and slowing my opponent down. And M7 for OTKs, looping, removing my opponent's monsters. It's good for all of it. Double Guide Dragon the Thunder Charger because I never go into the third one. 3 is too many. 1 Do Stop Mask because Do Stop Mask can win you games. 3k Beater, 3k Defense, 2000 burn damage. Enough said. That's it for the SC's monsters, and on to the Synchro monsters. For level 7, I'm running 1 Black Rose. Black Rose is just a card in case I want to blow up the entire field, or I need to. It just does it for me. Stardust, Scrap, and Crimson Blader are the staple level 8s, and Crimson Blader is really good against water, and especially against E-Dragons. And mirror matchups too. Trine Dragon for the possible Trine Dragon OTK, and the token because I run Gores. That's it for the deck. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, comment what you guys think about the deck. If you guys want me to change anything, you can either PM me on my YouTube channel. You can comment in the comment section below, or if you're at the Academy, you can just ask me at the Academy when the video is done. And that's it for the profile. Like I said, I will see you guys next time. And if you're at next, I hope to see you there.